When did you move on to Silwood Estate?
I moved on to Silwood Estate 2001.
Where did you move from?
I moved from Lacanau House, Ski Gardens.
Because of the
That's another story.
because of the fire?
No, I moved before the fire, but a lot of my friends were part of that. The house that was burning was my friend's house.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So, in your time here, have you kind of thought it was a good move, a better move?
Definitely a better move from living on the 7th floor, and after experiencing a fire there, I know it was a good thing that I'd moved out of there. So moved here because we were overcrowded.
So your time on Silwood Estate, what kind of memories stand out for you?
When I first moved here, there was a slight fear being a black person. Moving on to this estate, I used to hear lots of stories. So moving to Surrey Keys, it was slightly fearful for me because at that time I was a single parent, and so first moving here I was a little bit scared, but I think as time went by and I got to meet the neighbours and got to know people, that disappeared quite quickly. Living on the ground floor and looking at my back garden, it was just tranquil, really, just really nice. There was a field and it was just peaceful, really peaceful in comparison to living in a tower block in a very, very busy area.
So you moved on to the old Silwood, and so you've seen all the changes. What do you think of the changes that's been made?
Well, I was there. I was actually working during the day, which was good. But yeah, coming home, I used to look out the window and I used to see just piles and piles of rubble high, and watching the estate being knocked down, wondering what it's going to look like, you know, the new estate. They decided not to knock down St Helena Road because I think a lot were leaseholders and they didn't want to knock it down, so this stayed. And I thought, oh, I would have liked to have had a new house, but these buildings, what I mean, is quite solid, quite nice still, even today. It's quite a good property, so I'm kind of glad I'm here and it didn't get knocked down. The new estate, it looks nice, but there's a little bit of rough still going on there. You do hear in the night sometimes, or even during the day sometimes, the odd little incident going on. There's a few people around here are a little bit aggressive, but I would say generally it's quite a nice estate. A lot of people don't know each other, but over time, you know, you get to know people, see faces, you try and say hello, but generally people just walk past you. They don't want to interact or anything, but I'm a person, I talk to anyone, so I've built relationships on the estate, all cultures. For a long time though, initially I didn't know anyone in the block. It was just literally my neighbours and upstairs, and it was crazy that all of a sudden, time off work in the garden, as people are passing, they're saying hello, and I'm like, oh, hello, you know. And then later on I've learned that some of them live just down the road on the same ground. So it's kind of crazy how people can live just doors away, but you don't know they're there until maybe you're passing and you see. But I found people quite friendly on the estate.
So those fears of being a black woman moving here, how's that now?
There's none at all. I think it's very good, very good. I mean, even when football's on, there was that initial fear as well. Not anymore. When Millwall come here, it's just quiet. Everyone's just parking up. They come in, I'm like, oh, football's on, You know, I see all these men coming, walking onto the estate. I say, you know, Millwall's on. So then we hear all the cheers. It's really loud. You know, even with the windows shut, you can hear them, and you're like, I don't know. It's kind of good. It's kind of part of living here and hearing the football.
Is there a community spirit?
I would say on my road, there definitely is. When I look at the new Silwood, I would say I can see there's probably a struggle there to get that community spirit. Maybe people in their direct vicinity may know each other. I know that a few of the blocks, some people have taken over ownership from the original owners to manage the buildings themselves because they weren't satisfied. So I know that through knowing a few of the people from different areas and coming together as a community. I wouldn't say there's a community spirit. That I think there could be a bigger community spirit because of the regeneration, it's taken people time to get to know each other again. We have a community centre just down the road there, and which was built in place of the old buildings. I used to attend some of the courses on the estate, the IT courses, and that was a community there in the old building. So I used to do a lot of my training, and used to build me up as a person, you know, to get me out there to work, and that was really good. I'm just trying to remember what other courses I did there, but I did quite a few courses there. I do remember at the end of the road there were shops down there, and a TRA down there as well. I can't say I visited that many times before it, because shortly after I moved here, that's when they knocked down the estate. So it was just a short time, but the time it was just tranquil, just being able to look out the window and having peace, you know. That's one thing I absolutely miss. When I saw the map of the new layout, I said, oh my God, there's a road behind my bedroom. So since they've built the new estate, I don't get much sleep because it's
all
just
that
noisy.
grass, that big expansive grass is gone.
Yeah, it was just pavement, and then it was grass. It was lovely. It was lovely. And I keep thinking back, I keep reminiscing. I remember the bench on the top of the hill, and like sometimes couples would come and sit down there and think no one can see them. And I used to just think it was so sweet, really, really sweet to, you know, when you see couples sitting down, or sometimes you see the kids playing around on there. So yeah, I just totally missed that. Let me think. So yeah, since they built the new estate, it's just noisy on that road, just out there, because it's like the main route where people leave the estate in their cars and they speed down that road. Unfortunately, there's kind of humps there, but it's not enough to slow those who want to speed on the estate.
How are you involved in kind of the community around here?
Well, I would say probably for the last 7 years, I've been the treasurer for the TRA on the Southwark side. Reluctantly, initially, because I was working full time and then having to attend meetings after work, and I had 2 children as well. So it was hard work to have to go to work, come home, and go to these meetings. But part of me was always part of the community. Before going in the city, I used to work for the NHS, so part of me was always about the community. So at the moment, I'm still the treasurer after, I think it's more than 6 years.
What one is it? Shotra?
Shotra.
Okay.
Shotra, SHOTRA, St Helena and Oldfield Tenants and Residents Association. And so we're literally just one road, and then the other flats, their front doors on the other side. So yeah, we there's just 3 of us who work really, really hard with all the positions, chair, treasurer, secretary. We work together for the benefit of the Southwark side, and we also support the Lewisham side of Silwood Estate, because we didn't see a community there. We couldn't see them come together. We didn't hear about any TRAs, so we've been going to meetings every month, year after year after year. We have meetings in the community centre, and we never ever saw anything from the Silwood side. So all the money that comes in, it comes from Southwark, even though it's our building. It is SE16 still, and we are an estate. To me, we are one community, but I think some of the people on the Lewisham side see themselves as separate. What's happening with regards to the Lewisham Community Centre is Notting Hill and Genesis and L&Q charge all their tenants and residents. They charge them all money for the Lewisham Centre. So when I speak to people, as I do, I say, so do you use a community centre? No, they don't get to use it. So they're all paying this money, but none of them get to use it. And then on the other hand, you've got some who say, oh well, our position is higher than yours because we're stakeholders. And I says, well, to me, they should not be charging you to use that community centre. That should be your community centre. The money that comes from the flats above is supposed to, as far as I know, is supposed to pay for the maintenance of the building, and the community is supposed to be able to use the centre. Yes. But yeah, I run a youth club there. That just started September 2019. I got funding from June, July. I've never run anything like that before. I've never project managed anything. But I saw a need on the estate. The kids were running around, making noise as kids are supposed to, but there was nowhere for them. There's nothing. There's just right in the far corner. There's a tent, not tent. What do they call it? Cage. There's a cage where they can play football, and that's right in the far corner, which is a good distance away on the other side of the estate. Other than that, there's nothing for the kids on this estate. So I saw that need. I was made redundant in 2018, and I just heard so much on the news about these kids killing each other, and I know some of them were on this estate, and there were gang wars going on here and there as well. I don't blame the kids. I blame the society. We're not providing for them. When I was young, you could go to, I used to play at adventure parks. I used to go, there's parks everywhere. And I know there's a park just over the road, but some kids are afraid to go out there. So what I saw is a need on this estate. So I applied for funding, and I was really surprised that I got the funding. And it's history now. It's busy. We've got 3 workers in there who are very passionate about the kids in general. Their interviews were amazing. All the ideas that they had for the young people on the estate were amazing. So it's up and running since September, and it's doing really well. The kids absolutely love it. It starts at 4:30, 4 o'clock. They're standing outside the door waiting, and that's how eager they are.
How long was they without a youth club? Do you know?
I've not known there to be a youth club since I've moved here.
So
I've been here 18 years.
Because Deborah I interviewed, she ran one, which was just under the big block here.
Yeah.
And that went when they knocked it down, and nothing replaced it.
So that's probably about 14 years ago that then.
Yeah, so that's how long.
Yeah, nothing.
That's like, getting on to a generation with nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And the field was gone.
Yeah.
There's nowhere.
There's nowhere for them to play.
We used to play 20-a-side football there.
Yeah.
And they're scared to go over the park.
Yeah, they are. They are.
So what
and
kind?
There's been killings in the park as well. So it's not a safe place for them to just go and play. Maybe the smaller ones, but not teenagers.
Well, what have you organised for them? You got the games, you got the snooker and that. What else? Trips out, trips away.
We're planning. I'm actually in the process of looking at more funding for them. So hopefully I can get funding soon. We've got funding for more equipment for the building, just so that we can have more interaction, and they've brought their ideas of what they want. So yeah, they want to go on trips, they want to go out locally, but with adults so that they feel safe. So all that funding is important. So I've taken it on myself to apply for funding. So I'm hoping this week that I can get the forms completed and get them out, so that get ready for the spring and the summer, to be able to take them out on these trips, adventure places, boats, whatever. They've got lots of ideas, so the workers are working with them to make sure that happens. And they are excited, but some people on the estate, parents, are saying it won't last for long. So I'm not sure where that's coming from. So I don't know if maybe people have tried to set up things before and it's not happened. But they have said it won't last for long. And we had an incident last week where they cancelled the Zumba class. So I lead the Zumba class as well. They cancelled that, and then they cancelled the youth club. And I think some of them were like, I was getting emails saying, has it closed down? And there's that fear that it's closed down already. Or they're thinking, yeah, we knew this would happen. So me, in my heart, I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. Because I am an activist, and I'm going to do all I can to be part of this community and bring us together. So there is a fight for us to come together, to get people to realise they've got a community centre. Most people don't even know they have a community centre, even though they're paying for it. They don't know. So Christmas, we had an event on Christmas, beginning of December, and the whole community came out, and it was brilliant, and they loved it. And that really excited me, and I was just so happy to see everyone coming in and just having a good time, and they want more of that. So while I'm not working, I'm gonna push and make sure that happens. So we've got International Women's Day coming up. I'm not sure what kind of battle I'm gonna have. I see a battle coming up. Most things we do, we have a battle. We don't have the full support. So it would seem on the outside that we have the full support, but there's a lot of things going on in the background, in emails that are not nice. Things that I don't think we should be having to deal with as a community, as volunteers. I don't think we should be having these battles, but the battles are there. I'm hoping that we can get over this hurdle, and that L&Q will realise that we're not trying to take the building away from them, we're trying to work with them for the community. We want L&Q to see that the building is yours, as they said, and the ground it's on is yours. Yes, we acknowledge that, but the building was built with money from the council for the community, as far as I know. And that community centre is supposed to be handed over 10 years ago. Why hasn't it been handed over? So we're going through battles now to say, hand this building back over to the community. We are ready. You've got people here who have the talents to do it. They have the ability to run this centre and to manage it, and let the money come in back into the community. So at the moment, the money's not coming to the community; it's going into their pocket. We're not seeing it. There's no records of. We've not seen records since 2017 of the finances for the year. We've been asking for it every year, and we are ignored. So they would say they're working with the community. There is work going on with the community, but it's with a selected few. It's not with us, Shotra. The battle is, we do have that battle.
So how do you see the future of Silwood Estate?
I am an optimistic person anyway, so I'm going to be part of a positive future on a Silwood Estate. I'm going to work with who I need to work with. And when I say I mean Shotra. We're going to work with who we need to work with and make things happen. So whether it's street parties to get them out or events at the community centre, it's going to be good. What I would like to see is the battles stopping, because there seems to be lots of different groups being set up, and it seems to be against what we've already established. So we have a group called Cetra, and it's been a battle for us to build up. So Cetra means Silwood Estate, TNRA, which covers the whole of the Lucian part of the estate. What's happening is there's a battle against that group being set up properly, or acknowledgement of that group. What I'd like to see is that those groups are acknowledged, that the people come together. I think what's been happening is I don't know, it's only speculation that L&Q's not encouraging us to come together. I don't know why that unity is not being encouraged, but we're pushing for that to happen. We're talking to people all the time, and I think if I can help it, it's going to happen. It's going to be a positive, and we're going to come together. People are going to know each other on the estate and be able to say hi and get to know people's personalities as well as their faces, get to know who they are. You know, so.
I won't be the person standing your way, Jack.
Well, yeah, it's good. I bite.
That's it. I think we're done.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I want to be on your side. It's a winning side.
Yeah.
I've had to calm myself down.
Yeah.
Rita's very calm. Well, myself and Rita, we both go to church. I've actually taken part. I actually go to the church on the estate just since September, around that time.
What one do you go? St.
That
Catherine's?
church, St. Catherine's, yeah. I just started going there, and Rita's encouraging me to calm myself down a bit.
Further I interviewed last week.
Charlie?
No.
Do you know Charlie?
No.
Oh, you don't know him?
He was born in the road, in the old houses that was here before this block was here. It was St. Helena Road and Eugenia Road,
Yeah.
which is that road. And he was christened in the crypt.
Yeah.
Because the church had just been bombed. That was built in the early 60s when I was a kid.
Oh, right, yeah.
You see, the vicarage house is different, isn't it? So the
Yeah.
church was bombed, and he got christened in the crypt because the church was bombed.
Oh, wow.
So it'd be nice. These are at the start of the thing, so the history's coming around.
Yeah.